It's tea time. I got T.O. here. We're going to be talking about all kinds of interesting stuff like this man, Kobe Bryant.
That's a conversation in itself. I mean, that would take up the whole...
That's the whole thing.
Right.
We're talking about Prince.
Yeah.
We're talking about Beyonce.
Some tea etiquette.
Yeah, some tea. We got Chef Sean bringing tea.
Yeah.
And NBA has decided to put ads on the jersey. Is the world becoming too commercialized? So you can get my opinion, and we're talking some business, some tips on marketing, entrepreneurialism, American dream. What do we have today? What's our tea?
I've got some lemon ginger tea.
Lemon ginger. What is ginger good for?
What is ginger good for? It's good for the appetite.
Okay.
And not throwing up if you got motion sickness. Sweet. Let's start with this one because we're talking sports. Let's just start with the man himself.
That's a great intro, great start to any subject, especially
You love Kobe.
being in Los
T.O. is
Angeles.
a Kobe fan, and
Absolutely.
if you saw our Snapchats, me and T.O. went to some of the last games with Kobe, sat next to him on the bench actually, and Kobe respects T.O. That must feel good.
You know what, dude? I never in a million years would have guessed that I would,
Chill with Kobe.
chill with Kobe, be a friend of Kobe's.
Yeah, we went back. He invited us back in the hall, back in the locker room
Yep.
area.
So I mean,
Ooh.
my first experience going back there hollering at Kobe, I realized that he was a Philadelphia Eagles fan, and when I played with the Eagles back in
That's right.
right,
That's right,
back in
because you
two-
played in Philly. What
Right.
year did you play in Philly?
2004.
What do you think makes Kobe stand out from all the great players? You got lots of great players now. You got Durant, you got Chris Paul, you have all these all-stars, you have Westbrook. What makes Kobe stand out right now, 2016?
I think from a standpoint of where his greatness ranks in terms of the bar that Michael Jordan has set.
Do you think he copied too closely? Because there was at one point people saying, "Oh, he's just copying Michael Jordan, his fade
I mean,
away."
if you're
you
gonna
think there's
copy-
anything wrong in sports and copy?
Absolutely not.
Who did you copy?
I mean, if you look at anything that's going on today, somebody's always copying somebody. Even in the fashion world, there's always somebody copying and tweaking, their profession or their endeavor. I mean, it's no different than sports. I mean, if you're going to copy somebody, why not copy the best? In terms of me, I never really envisioned myself playing beyond the collegiate level.
Yeah, because you didn't even know you'd be a pro football player.
Exactly. But once I figured out who the greatest was at the position that I was trying to play,
Who was the greatest receiver?
in Jerry Rice.
Jerry Rice,
Then
yeah.
again, why wouldn't I try to possess or embody or embrace the skill set of the greatest? And so that's what Kobe did. But I think that's what allowed Kobe to play so many years here in Los Angeles with one team.
Yeah, he set the record. I think he's the biggest basketball star in history staying in one place, which makes a good case for loyalty. Because I think,
Absolutely.
and it also focus. Because every time I'm an entrepreneur and an investor, every time you shift your focus, it takes you a while to get back in the gears. So if you're watching this and you're somebody who's always chasing shiny objects, it's easy to get in trouble with that. If you move around, now sometimes you get traded, like you didn't have a choice always.
I shifted teams, but my focus still remained the same. I didn't have the luxury of really knowing that I was going to be with the team for X amount of years or what have you. So when I went to the Philadelphia Eagles over from San Francisco, I signed I think 2, 3, 4 year deal. I can't remember.
I know football has those short contracts.
Right. There were things in the contract that I had to adhere to, that I had to live up to. Again, knowing that I wasn't the teammate or the bad teammate or the negative locker room distraction that everybody said I was. But going into that, my focus remained on going in there, trying to win a Super Bowl, them really realizing that, okay, I could be the missing piece, the missing link to them.
And you almost made it. You made it to the Super Bowl.
Getting to the Super Bowl.
What was the score of that game?
24-21. They had reached the they had reached the NFC
So you
championship.
almost won. You were one field goal away. Oh, basically.
Well, yeah, to tying, but
To
again,
tie, so
a
you're
touchdown
one score away. One touchdown.
Absolutely. So going into that situation, I knew that, I was considered the missing piece. I realized what I brought to the table to the Philadelphia Eagles, knowing that they had gone to the NFC Championship 4 times prior, and they didn't make it. So what was mentioned once I was there and once I left is that I brought a lot of swagger to that team.
Right.
I brought a lot of confidence to that team. Not to say that they didn't have it, but it's always that little oomph that somebody needs.
Confidence goes a long way.
Absolutely.
Let me just talk about confidence about somebody who had swagger that's not a sports guy. Prince just died.
Right.
The world was sad. You see everybody, musicians, athletes, everyday, ordinary people, all sad. And Prince was this, physically, he wasn't an imposing dude. He was like 5'2" or whatever, but swagger, talent,
but
ability,
his music,
yeah. What, were you a big Prince fan?
Absolutely. I think I got an opportunity to see Prince live in like as close as probably me and you are last year at the NBA All-Star weekend. Michael Jordan had an event, and he had, after his event, there was like a special exclusive area where only select people could go in, and Prince had a performance up to like an hour and a half.
Wow.
Honestly, bro, I cannot say that I've ever seen anybody perform like him.
People don't realize. People think. Let me get your take on this.
I was just blown away at the way he performed, bro. Like, he is
he was
performer.
Like 58, I think, or
57.
You want to hear a funny story about Prince? Somebody told me that this reporter showed up at Prince's house for an appointment at like 4 o'clock.
PM or
PM?
Okay.
PM. Yeah.
you gotta clarify. You gotta specify. Is this PM or AM?
PM with Rockstar. No, he shows up at 4 p.m. and the house manager comes down and he's like, "Oh yeah, I got an appointment at 4 p.m. with Prince." And the house manager looks at the reporter and goes, "Let me explain you something. Prince isn't in the real world. Prince has been in Prince world for a long time. So he doesn't look at clocks. He probably came down at 4 in the morning. That guy sat there for whatever, 8 or 10 hours. I guess when you're a rock star, you get away with a lot of stuff. And athletes get away with some shit. You got to admit.
Yeah, I mean,
not you particularly, but there's
right. There are perks to being a superstar, to being a celebrity, being an athlete. There are some perks to it.
Did you want to be did that ever motivate you to be like, I want to be a pro athlete?
So I can get away with things?
No, not get away with things, but just, the status side of things.
No, I don't think I really, at that age, wrapped my brain around really kind of what the perks or what the benefits of being an athlete was.
Right.
I think, any kid know that obviously if you're playing a sport, especially a professional sport, that equates to money.
Right. So was the money more motivated?
I would have to say so, considering that, I was raised by my grandmother.
Because you didn't grow up with money, right?
Right, exactly.
You grew up in where, Alabama?
Alexander City, Alabama.
Yeah.
So I think, kids growing up in urban homes and neighborhoods, that's the motivating, factor is money.
So I came up with this thing, the 4 M's, the 4 motivators. And you have to find, every person has one or two of them that's real strong. So you have materialistic things, money, that's number one, the first M.
Money.
The second one is you have mating, dating. Like people are motivated by, some
women.
Athletes are motivated by women or
money.
whatever, men or whatever.
So I can see that.
The
money,
third
mating.
one is mastery, being status. You're like the man, you know? And then the fourth one is momentum, movement. People want to have freedom. People want to have enough money. A lot of people don't just want money. They want to be able to travel. They don't want to have a job they don't like. So you have to know your motivations. Now let me switch subjects here. NBA, National Basketball Association, decided to put advertisement on the jerseys. So all these guys playing around, they're literally billboards.
So
do you think
who's benefiting?
Well, it's probably going to be split. You think the players will probably make a little bit,
right? That's what I'm saying. Is it going to be something negotiated where the players are going to benefit or get a percentage of this advertising money?
Would you have, if you played basketball or even football, if they would pay the players, would you have been okay with putting a little billboard on there?
At that time, I don't think it would have been a reason to even question it. I think,
But what if you wouldn't have got paid?
then I think it would have been an issue. I think it's
In your life.
a similar situation where college kids are not benefiting.
Yeah.
You know,
what do you
from
think
a lot
of all
the,
that?
A lot of the universities making millions of dollars
Yeah.
on their names and likeness, and the kids are not.
Yeah,
not
the kids
benefiting.
just get like a scholarship.
Right,
that's it.
exactly. But they're, you know, these universities, these colleges, they're making millions and billions of dollars,
Yeah,
and these
billions.
kids are coming into these universities, you know, making the schools. I mean, they're obviously they have a name already, but they're adding to that by
Yeah.
going out to these, you know, performing, going to bowl games and winning bowl games, and then again they're using
And
their
some of these kids
production
are
to
broke.
recruit. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're using, you know, what they're doing, the production on the football field to recruit.
And a lot of people
these high
want to go to
school kids.
schools
Right.
as a student that has a good sports team.
Absolutely.
People are picking UNC. They're picking. I mean, that's not the only criteria. Not all kids, but there's a lot of people that factors into the brain. So I think they have to figure out a way to pay a little bit. It doesn't have to be like pro, but these kids need to get something. Or what
Absolutely.
about this idea? Take money, put it in a trust, because not everybody goes from college athletics to pro. So you take these college kids, and especially with football, they're putting their body on their line, their
Absolutely.
livelihood.
Yes,
and
wear
if they
and tear.
get, and then put it in a trust that they could retire and have some money. See, that'd be fair. It wouldn't be paying them, but it'd be them getting money. But you know what I learned in life? Shit that makes sense, nobody will agree to do.
in this deal.
Holly,
Hey y'all.
come have a seat. Have some tea. Now it's T.O. I mean, tea with T.O. and Ty and Holly.
That's right. Hi, Holly. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good.
So
Looking
how's
good.
the shoot for Miss Maxim? I mean, for Miss South Africa Maxim going?
It's going good. Yeah.
And you're people think you're Latin, right? Usually.
I've gotten Latin. I've gotten Chinese before.
Wait,
Asian.
Chinese?
Yeah. Do I look
But
Chinese?
okay, let's.
How you coming up with Chinese?
So what are you?
I'm gonna snap
I'm
while we're
Italian.
videoing.
Italian.
Yeah.
Okay.
Holly, you joined us, and you said some people think you're Chinese.
Chinese. I've
Are
gotten
these
Asian.
are these people that
Chinese,
don't have
Asian.
good eyesight?
I don't know. They need
You're the
help,
least
girl.
Chinese looking person I've ever met.
Yeah, I swear I've gotten that before. I don't know.
Yeah, me too. I was Chinese.
Have you gotten that too?
Yeah. I'm the black Chinese. The black Chinaman.
Hey, they got every all right, so we're posting the Snapchat while we go. So we have
Just
what
FYI.
new tea,
thank
Chef Sean, do we
you.
have
This
for
is
Holly?
some hibiscus tea for Holly.
Oh, thank you
Hibiscus.
so much.
Boom.
Perfect.
Chef Sean, can I get some honey, please?
Yes, sir. Right in the middle.
He pointed you out. He pointed to it. He said, yes, you can. You can reach across and get it yourself. Okay, let's keep going here. We got a few more subjects.
I know what we can talk about.
What?
What do you think about? Because I'm just now getting, you know, wind of the whole Jay-Z, Beyonce, you know,
Yeah.
fair.
So what happened?
Speculation.
That's why they had the whole elevator thing. That's when they found out.
Yeah, I
that
knew there was
Jay-Z,
something.
Or he admitted.
Right, there was something going on with that, and I think Beyonce's sister.
Yes.
You know, she kind of knew something about it.
He admitted it, right? Is that the
Did
thing?
he? I don't
Did
know.
Jay-Z admit it, Maya?
I'm trying to figure this out myself.
It's not public. Okay, here I have a question for you.
Lemonade.
Here's
So
the-
it's left up for interpretation.
forget Beyonce, forget Jay-Z. We'll put
Okay.
any name. If a woman or a man
Right.
marries a superstar,
Okay.
should they be surprised, or should they say, you know what, I'm marrying a superstar and they should stay faithful to me? Or should they be like, well, this is part of the game?
Well, I
Question.
think-
And
I-
you could leave a comment below, by the way, if you're watching this where you can listen, tell us what you think. Let's start with Holly, then
Holly.
we'll come to T.O. If you married
A superstar. Just say you and I, we both were superstars.
You're a superstar.
Yeah. Well, I'm definitely a superstar. Even-
I know.
you don't need to remind. We need no caption for T.O.
Hey,
T.O. is a self-caption.
Hey, this wouldn't be T with Ty and T.O. if I wasn't a superstar
know.
here.
It would just be nobody watching Ty drink
Right.
liquids.
Ty's a superstar here too. You guys can, use you two as an example.
Oh,
Okay,
but
let's use you. Let's use you
say
two.
you marry. Who's the most attractive guy to you in the world?
In the world.
The celebrity that
I
everybody
mean,
would
don't
know.
think too hard
Okay.
about it. Just anybody. I mean,
Just someone
come to
across the
Justin
table.
Bieber.
Oh,
You like okay?
Okay, we're not
So
pushing-
you
that's
marry
her- that's her-
you're engaged to Bieber.
There you go.
Do you go into it understanding
His
that this might
lifestyle.
come with some bullshit? Or do you go, no, you will be faithful to me just like any man should be?
Exactly. You're going to honor the
Ethical
vows
question.
and be.
Expect probably to be dealing with bullshit or rumors at least, but I guess I'm naive and I would just hope, I pray to God, like he stays faithful, but then it's like
You better
gotta
be praying
wake
a
up
lot.
and wake up because it probably comes with a
Are you
price.
gonna-
He's probably gonna cheat on you.
So sometimes there's a lot of
Beautiful
naivete
women.
that comes into this, which
No,
she
you
just
know-
said. That she just said.
You know how old Justin Bieber?
He's he's a little bit younger than me. Did I make that awkward?
No, we good.
Holly's a
He's
Gemini.
21.
Let's say you marry, who's a woman?
J-Lo.
You came right up with that. You
We're
thought
going-
about that.
we-
T.O.'s thought about that one.
Hey,
I was like,
we're
T.O.,
going-
who's your girl? He goes, J-Lo. It came-
No, you already knew.
No. I'm just doing. I could have said Halle Berry. You know what I mean? I just
Which
said J-Lo.
choice? Well, if you had a young Halle Berry or a young J-Lo? T.O. got the chills.
Haley is one sexy mama.
Okay, so you're
I
getting
think
a
there
nod
was. I
there.
think there was more hoopla around Haley before there was J-Lo. So I'm definitely gonna have to
Do you
say
call
Haley.
Haley?
Is it Hallie or Haley? It's Hallie. Well, I'm sorry. Halle
He got
Berry.
his own nickname for her too.
Yeah. See.
So
We go
if
way
you
back.
marry
Halle Berry.
or J-Lo,
Mm-hmm.
and you found out she was doing some extracurricular activity with one of the dancers, are you just like,
No, I'm
you're-
not. It's not going to be just. I'm not going to give her a pass. There's going to have to be some discussion about it.
I thought you were going to say hell to pay.
No, I mean, because I think that with relationships and marriages, I mean, there are going to be issues. So it's all about communication, and if you guys can talk through those issues and get beyond it, then that's what it's all about. There's really no happy marriages.
That sounds like do the hokey pokey. All around, see what
Out
it's
there.
all about.
Again, and we're bringing up scenarios, with this whole.
But
Jay-Z
these are
Beyonce.
real scenarios.
I know.
I read statistic, 51% of men cheat on a marriage, okay? But here, I got another stat for you. 49% of women do. So women are pretty close too.
Right.
We won't ask
It's
you
not
any-
a
we
slam
won't
dunk.
ask
It's
you-
not a
But
landslide.
don't you think people cheat for a reason? Like there's always like a underlying reason. They're bored or.
So let's do a hypothetical, not you.
Okay.
What would bring you, not that you ever have, but what would bring you to the place where you would cheat? Versus just break up and move on. Because that's an option too. You can just break up. You can be like, I was with you. I'm not attracted to you. I don't like you. Let's break up. But what would bring you to the place where you stay with them and
I
cheat?
feel like people cheat because they're bored.
No, we're talking about you. Hypothetical.
Oh, okay. So what?
So bored.
Boredom.
Boredom.
And you're not giving me what I want or need. So I'm just gonna go find it elsewhere. I think that's.
But why not break up?
Because I think people are afraid to be alone.
Are you ever been afraid to be alone?
No, because I'm alone now. So I'm good.
Guys, what's your Instagram? Because people, when I post this video, mofo's gonna come out of the woodwork. Dude, you don't post Instagrams. I'm like, I don't post Instagrams for this girl's sake.
No.
To save her from some 14-year-olds.
You're not going to be alone after this.
Yes. What's your
That's for sure.
Instagram? Let's shout you
You're
out
going to
before
have
as we
plenty
end.
of suitors.
Yeah.
It's just my name, Holly Bordelazzo.
Yeah, that's easy to spell.
Bordelazzo.
Just say it like that.
Bordelazzo,
That's
just
easy.
like-
But what about the ones that can't spell Bordelazzo?
Nobody, which is the whole point.
You want
Shoot.
me to spell it?
Yeah.
That might be good.
Bordelazzo.
Okay, it's B-O-R-T.
She almost forgot her own name.
A-Z-Z-O.
Oh, it's two Z's.
Holly Bordelazzo.
Pali Bortalazzo. She's not Chinese.
Bordelazzo.
And not Chinese.
I didn't know until I heard the name. I was a little confused when
You
I
might
saw
have
you.
thought.
She might have been Chinese. Then she said Bordelazzo. I was like, okay. All right, T.O. We out of here.
To the next.
Now stay tuned for the
Time.
next episode, because on the next episode we're talking about a very controversial subject. Concussions and injuries in sport. Should players be compensated? Should the leagues be able to be sued? This has turned into billions and billions of dollars being thrown around. And the question for, if you're watching and you're not a pro athlete, you might have kids that are going to play football. Should football be outlawed because it's concussions for kids under, 18 years old? All right, Holly, it's been a pleasure.
It was
I hope
nice
you
to
get
meet
lots
you.
of classy Instagram direct messages.
I don't think you're going to be single. You're going to be
Yeah,
alone
you'll be
for
single
very
for
long,
Right into my
Holly.
DM.
All right, talk to you guys soon.